What's good YouTube, it's your boy Nick Wavy. I'm back with a new video and I am going to break down the 10 angles that you need to hit when you're brushing your 360 waves. If you follow this and you brush the correct way, you are going to get 360 waves all around your head. Alright, so welcome to Brushing 101 and I'm going to break down the angles that you need to brush to get the best 360 waves you could possibly get. Now the first thing you're going to need when you want to brush your waves is a good brush. Now the brush I'm going to be using in this video is the Purple Phantom Medium Brush by Wavy Merch. It's a medium brush, and what a medium brush does is you can brush your hair when it's long and you can also use the brush when your hair is short. So it's a very diverse product that you should have in your arsenal at all times. Now the advantage of using Wavy Merch brushes are the pointed tips. Now the pointed tip will allow you to focus on your crown, and your crown is that little bald spot in the top of your head. I'll get further in depth throughout the video, but it's super important. If you want to take your waves to that next level, you have to brush your crown. Now starting your 360 wave journey could be a little bit scary, but if you follow my tips and follow the program, I could walk you through this whole thing easy. I've been doing this for like 20 years. Now before you start your brush session, the most important thing you want to do is find your crown. Now your crown is that little bald spot that you see in the middle of your head. This is where your hair starts to grow out. And if you want to be a serious waver, you need to have waves as close to that crown as possible. The tighter your waves are in the crown, the more serious you are. I like to start my brush session right in the crown. So if we start brushing from here, we're able to develop the waves not only here in the crown, but when we come all the way down, we're getting a full stroke basically. And then I like to go all the way down. So a phrase I like to say is start at the crown, brush all the way down. So once you have your crown located, you want to break down your angles into 9 angles. So on the top of your crown, you go, this is the first angle. This is the second angle in the middle. And then a super important tip I can give you guys is you want to switch hands. You don't want to brush your left side with the right hand of your brush. That's how you make forks. So you switch hands and then we start at the top left and we brush all the way down. So that's the top 3 angles right there. 1, 2, and 3. So the side is where you connect the top of your waves to the side and the back of your neck. So you want to get that middle part. And what I do is, again, I start in the crown and I try and position the brush right above my ear. I'm trying to get that angle. Yeah, there we go. So I'll start up here and then I'll brush to the side of my face like that. And again, we start right from the crown and we brush right on top of the ear. And the reason why I do that is because I use my ear as a guideline. So I know now when I brush my left side, I brush it right to the front of the ear. So when I brush on the right side, I do the same thing. So I start in my crown right here. And as you can see, I brush right above the ear. So that's 5 angles right there. The next angle we want to get is right behind the ear. So this is one of my weak spots. I'm still trying to work on getting it, but again, we start in the crown and then I brush right behind my ear. Just like that. And I'm just using the ear as reference. So even if I'm not brushing in the mirror, I know that I can start my waves and I can start my brush pattern from the crown and I just have to go right behind my ear, and that's going to be a consistent stroke. And then again, we do the same thing on the left side. We start in the crown right here, and then we brush right below the ear. So everything that we're doing on the right side, we do on the left side. And that's how we get perfect 360 waves, where everything is symmetrical. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just covered 7 angles. We have the back left and we have the back right. Now, since we kind of already hit this angle right here behind the ear, we still need to hit this section right here, which is more so in the middle. And again, we start in the crown and then we brush that down. That's the 8 angle, and then we do the same thing on the right side. Because I know we brushed right by the ear already, I can just angle the brush like this and I'm hitting that spot right there. Now that's 9 angles. So there's one more angle we have to hit, and that's directly in the middle. And the good thing about using the Wavy Merch brushes is when you use it vertically, you cover this exact angle. So I start in my crown just like that, and I know I just have to go straight down. Straightforward. I don't change my brush pattern. I don't move the brush around. I just hit the middle. And that's 10 angles. Now there's two parts that we didn't hit, and that's the temple right here and the temple right here. Now to brush that, what I do is I just focus on the middle, and then I just angle the brush to the side. And I make sure I brush straight down to my face, because this is the only area that hasn't been brushed yet. So again, I get the brush and I'm covering the middle right to my edge, and then I just angle it. Now I'm brushing my temple, basically. So grab your brush right now. We're about to have this brush session. Let's break down these angles. So we start in the crown right here, and we'll go right down the middle. And we're not moving it. We're not trying to angle the brush any type of way. We're just straight hitting the middle. And we do that for about 30 strokes. Now, since we're already on the left hand of the brush, I'm gonna angle over to the left, and I'm still in the crown. And now I'm brushing that angle right there. Straight from the crown, all the way down. And again, I'm not moving the brush, I'm just specifically brushing that one spot. Now, we wanna get to the temple. We start in the crown, and then we brush right to the top of the ear. And we stay consistent with the stroke. So we'll hit that about 20 times. We want to hit the back left, start in the crown, and we go right behind the ear, just like that. And I'm focused on grazing the back of my ear. That's my reference point. So I know now when I'm brushing, I don't need to be in the mirror. I just know that I need to hit the back of my ear, and that's the form that I gotta hit. We start in the crown, and then instead of hitting the back ear, we just wanna slide it over a bit, and then hit that section right there. Hit that about 20 times. And obviously, when you're doing your brush session, you don't wanna do it just 20 times. You wanna brush like 50 strokes aside before you move angles. But I'm just doing it quickly for the video. We wanna get the middle back. So we start right in the crown, and we just come all the way down. The biggest mistake you can make is trying to move your brush around too much. Like if I start going like this, if I start going like this, everything gets disorganized, and that's how you get forks. So I just focus on hitting the middle, and that's that. We wanna go, instead of the middle, we wanna angle it. And we're not hitting the ear just yet, because that's a whole other angle. We're still trying to hit the middle back, and then we brush that. We hit the crown, and then we're going to the back of the ear. And again, I just use my ear as my reference point, so I don't have to be in the mirror. If I'm blind brushing, if I'm walking around, I can brush my hair and know that I'm hitting the right angle because I'm hitting the back of my ear. We wanna hit the front of the ear. Let's get that angle there. Again, starting the crown. We wanna brush the top middle, that's our reference, and then we just angle it. Then you want to finish off with the front edges, and then I focus on the temple on the right side, back in the middle. And remember, if you're brushing the left side of your head, you want to use your left hand. So I'm brushing the middle now, and then I angle it, and now I'm hitting the temple. So you can see that my weak spot is right here, and I need to focus on this part, getting into the crown and getting right behind the ear, and that will tighten that up, especially within the crown area. But other than that, our waves are very deep. That's because I'm always wolfing. My hair is usually pretty long. And we have a good foundation. Like my waves have been set. All we need to do now is tighten it up. And to do that, again, this is my weak spot. So I want to start in the crown, and I really want to get right behind the ear, this section right here. After you're done your brush session, it's super important to get your do-rag and lay down your waves. Once you lay it down, it compresses everything, it sets in, and it basically saves your progress. So I like using silk do-rags. It's breathable. The material is thick enough to lay the hair down. And you can get this do-rag at wavymerch.com. This is the black silk. And the good thing about it, the tail, very long, so it covers everything. The strings, wide, so easy to tie. And the strings are also long enough. So look at how easy it is for me to tie the do-rag. Look at how much space I have left on the string. Look at that, easy. Pull that down. So the tail is super long, the straps are long enough, and then the flaps are also wide enough so you don't cut off circulation to your head when you're tying your do-rag and you don't get the lines. I already have so many lines in my forehead because I never had good do-rags and I've been waving for like 20 years. That's why I had to make my own. Look at that. Perfect. Wide straps, long cape, see-through material. Look at that. Now that's a good do-rag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you need any products for your 360 waves, go to wavymerch.com. There's brushes, do-rags, oils, wave cream, everything that you need. Make sure you guys press the like button, and if you have any topics you want me to go over on how to get the best 360 waves possible, make sure you post that in the comment section down below. Hit me up on Instagram, Nick_Wavy, Wavy_merch. We locked in, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video.